Hello everybody, welcome to the show. We are still on our 12 days of cookies. Doesn't it seem like it's been a month? Anyway, today we're going to make a yummy cookie, peanut butter blossoms, peanut butter kisses. I'm sure you've seen them before, and I'm going to show you how to make them and give you a really good recipe to follow. There's a few things you need, so let's go over the ingredients as we always do. We need a half a cup of butter, 3/4 cups peanut butter. If you like it really peanut buttery, you can add a little bit more, like a 1/4 cup. We're going to do a 1/3 cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons milk. Now if you're going to add a little more peanut butter, you may want to just add another tablespoon just so you're able to mix it easier, but that's completely optional. So I'm telling you 2 tablespoons, that's how we're going to make it. A teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to do 1½ cups of flour, a teaspoon of the baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Then you want to make sure that you have a little extra white sugar so that you can roll them in there. And of course you need your Hershey Kisses. Now it's Christmas holiday season, so we're doing the white chocolate. They're candy cane chocolate mixed. You can do the traditional chocolate, but hey, let's be festive and do fun. It's still going to taste phenomenal. So let's get baking. Okay. Now that I have the area set up, I've got my 1/2 cup butter in here. Now remember, it needs to be very softened so that you are able to mix it easily. Whether you're using a mixer, which I don't know why, or the bag holder, you want to be able to mix it evenly. Now we're going to do 3/4 cups peanut butter, and again, like I said, add about not a half a cup, a 1/4 cup more if you want. Now if you're going to add a 1/4 cup more, you need to add just a splash more of the milk too to make it creamy enough to mix. So we're going to do the peanut butter. This is a little over 3/4 of a cup, barely, but by the time you figure that all the little air holes, the air bubbles inside there, it's probably right on target. So let's wipe this out. The beauty of using bowls is, guess what? Using bags is I can just wipe it right off with the bag and make sure that I use it all. Next, we are going to do the vanilla. We're doing a teaspoon of vanilla. You can do this any way. I don't think there's any specific way that's required with something like this. I know a lot of times add the flowers, then add the wet ingredients, and never mind, just get it done. So we're going to do a teaspoon of the baking soda. We're going to do a half a teaspoon, and the beauty of this little measurer is that it it can go up and down. I can do a half a teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon, all in one clean sweep, just like that. Let's do the milk. We need 2 tablespoons of milk. Since we added a little extra butter, extra peanut butter, I am so discombobulated. The peanut butter smells so good that I'm just ready to eat it. Okay. Luckily, I write the recipe down on the front now. So we just added 2 tablespoons. Pop that in the sink. Let's go ahead and start with our sugars and flours because we're actually almost done. That's how simple this is and fast. We need a 1/3 cup of white sugar. So I'm going to start with the brown since I have a half a cup. We're going to do a half a cup packed firmly. I don't know if you guys can see me, probably not. Half a cup packed firmly right there. Boom, 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 boom. Set that aside. Now we need flour. And with that, we're going to do 1½ cups. So since I've already got my half cup here, we're just going to use the same thing. And it's not wet. And again, I can use the side of the bag. In fact, I'm going to show you the other side. See how I do this? I can just scoop it, press it, and it's flat, pour it in. Now, of course, I have to do this 3 times because, again, this is a half cup measure. Keep the steps minimum. And then I forgot to pull out a 1/3 cup, so I've got to go to my handy dandy drawer and get that. But that's done. Set this aside. Let me get the 1/3 cup measure. 1/3 cup check. You know what? The little egg was hiding it. It was like my holder, and I was thinking, I know that I had that 1/3 cup. Do you ever do that in the kitchen? It's like, I know that this was here before. Anyway, let's get a 1/3 cup. Throw that in the sink. You know I do that. Then we've got our egg, which is last, so that I can rinse my hands without getting everything else a disaster. Look at this, my space is being cleaned so quickly. Let's wash our hands. Hands washed, ready to go. Mission almost complete. Let's seal our bag. If you don't have a bag, go ahead and grab a spoon or fork to start mixing. We're gonna do it this way. Really simply start mixing it up. Dun, 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 dun. Basically, when you're mixing with a bag, you take out the air, in case this is the first video, you take out the air so that you can mix it well. Because if it's full of air, well, it's not gonna mix well. That's all there is to it. So take out the air, you can mix and mash and knead. Great for kids. And let me tell you, this is something fun, that kids can do. You can walk around, I can walk around the house, I can go answer the phone. And if you're out and about camping, if you have friends that are camping, this is a great way so that you can make just about everything you make with mixing bowls at home, you're able to do out in the wilderness. And if you look, I'm going to show you, it's actually really mixing well. Do you see that? So it mixes faster than you would using a traditional bowl or mixer. And certainly I have no cleanup except the ingredients. And what I do is I pat it, pat, to make sure that I can put it flat and make sure that there's not any little ingredients that have not been blended well. So I'm gonna keep doing this and I'll see you in a minute. Okay. Here's what we've got now that the dough is completely mixed. I've cleaned up pretty much my whole station. Now this is a great freezer dough, so pop it in the freezer for up to 30 days if you need to or want to. It's also a great alternative to, you know, all those cookie doughs that you buy at school. Well, make doughs like this and freeze them and give as gifts. These great little bags that have to and from. Give these as gifts. You don't have to bake a fresh batch, but assemble the batch completely and then give that so that they can cook it or bake it when they have family and it's convenient for them so they don't go bad. But let's go ahead and open the bag. And here's what we've got. I've got a bowl of sugar sitting right here. And that's probably about a 1/4 cup of sugar. And we need that because we're gonna roll our little cookies right in here. I'm using my handy scoop, which I just am freaking out because I can only find one and I have 4. But it has a pop top on the bottom. And you want to pop it out, just like this, and roll it in here. So first, make sure that your hands are nice and clean. You want to do about, if you don't have one of these fancy scoops, then do about a 1/4 or a tablespoon is about what it is. Roll it and set it down. And these don't spread a lot, so you can keep them, but you want to keep them about 1.5 inches away from each other. You just see how I use this with the bag. Very easy to get out. Pop it in. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do several little balls so I can mix them all at once and maybe move faster and get this in the oven so I can eat it. And I use this not so much to roll the ball, but to measure so that each size will be easy. See? Pop. Then down. And then basically roll this in sugar. Yum yum. And put it down. Same thing here. If it's not a perfect circle, it's not the end of the world because, as you know, cookies somehow magically end up in a primary circle unless they are squashed and then they end up in a square. And either one, they taste great. So we'll just keep doing this until our tray is full. The peanut butter balls are ready to go in the oven, so we're going to pop them in the oven at 375 for about 8 to 10 minutes. That's it. We'll see you when they're done. While our peanut butter balls are baking, I just want to tell you, for those that don't know, you still need to have your Hershey Kisses ready. So while those are baking, I'm actually going to take these out of the wrapper. I have 24. If you make smaller balls, then you'll have 48. That's about it. But we're going to take these, I can't even open the package. Oh, rip it. We're going to take these out of the package so that we're ready to stick them on, because you need to stick them on right as you get them out of the oven so that they set. The cookies are done. And now all we are doing is just putting the Hershey Kisses on top, and you can see it's still soft. They just came out. So if they mess up a little bit or they start to flake, just form it right back. It will stay. And I'm going to do some with the peppermint. I'm going to do some with the chocolate, if you can see that, and then some I'm going to leave plain. And this is something else that you could always roll these in red sugar. Do you see how yummy those look? Perfect, perfect. So guys, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy these. Visit us at facebook.com/bagholder or facebook.com/tlfamily. And please, please, if you like us, subscribe. See that thumb? It's a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up that we know you're there. And visit our, check our blog out at todaysliving.net. Thanks, see you soon. Ta-da! They're done. Don't they look good? Oh, baby, they are tasty. I will tell you, they are as good as they look. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You guys enjoy. Have a happy holiday. And visit our blog at todaysliving.net. Thanks so much. See you soon.